You starting it?
No, I'm about to just pre-roll another one.
So why are we recording it?
So we don't have to be a weird fucking segue period of her having to put it on like
right.
fucking
It's
robots.
not cut. We can just
in.
throw B-roll in the beginning and then jump into the segment.
We did it last time.
But how long does this B-roll have to be?
Bro, we did it last time. Don't worry about it. Just B-chunks. B-chunks.
I don't know what doing that. I don't think we're rolling. Alright. I did that.
Now imagine if all that shit y'all was talking when I was gone, if the camera was rolling, that would have been perfect.
We'll bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
The passion will come right back.
Get a step.
Turn around, bend over, bring it back. Bring it back. Man it fresh, bring it back. Bring it back. Man it fresh. It's a rap.
Jeezy and shit.
And if you guys need me on camera, just let me know.
On?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't. If you don't want me to time it, I'm just saying if you guys ever wanted me, I'm available. I have that game.
Nigga, yeah.
It's popping.
Random, yeah, I hate that fucking.
Right.
I
liked it, but
I was reading here with the hair on the
get her a feature
like
you know we're about to do a fucking freestyle the first time in the fucking podcast.
We about to get a song actually.
She's like, I wasn't ready.
What if it was like, yeah, we lied about the interview. We wanted a feature.
I'm always ready.
Alright, let's get this shit cracking.
Good thing.
What's good, motherfucks?
It's popping. Negro.
Call me 20 All I do is win-win. Wow. I'ma pull up in the Benz of a bitch I can bougie. I'm fucking a friend. I'm from the city of chance, but it really should be called a city of sin. Facts. Call me 20 Ayy. All I do is win. Yeah.
It's your boy 508 Twin.
Boom.
We back.
508 chunks.
We in here.
We front. Yeah.
We got a special motherfucking guest. Our fucking first female guest of the podcast. I couldn't ask for a better person, you know, somebody that's very experienced, very talented, knowledgeable person, entrepreneur, very talented singer and rapper. We got V Marie in the building.
What you know about V? What you know about me? What you heard about me? What you know about me? What you think you gon' see? What you know about me, huh? All these bitches do is talk shit. All these petty motherfuckers that ain't got shit, they talk shit.
Building. Yana Marie.
I'm
Thank you so much for
Maria.
coming.
Yeah.
Not a motherfucker, by the way, just so you know.
Motherfuckers.
No, you're only a motherfucker if you're on that side of the camera.
It's really nice to
No,
be here.
not you, like the viewers. The viewers. Not you. Like
We need the viewers.
I can see why she took it.
She said.
Let's get this conversation started, V. Let's tell the people about yourself. Like, you know, the same that we had Maverick last week. What was the week before that?
Yeah, we
had Kevin Weldon from the videographer from Billboard and shit. Yeah, great dude. But we like to ask people, like, you know, how they got into their journey. You could tell us a little bit about, like, you know, where you grew up, where you was born, stuff like that. And basically how you found music and all the other creative endeavors that you found yourself getting into.
I mean, basically, I'm from Massachusetts. A lot of people don't know that I'm from here. They think I just moved here, and I'm actually from here. So the church put an instrument in my hands. I was dyslexic. Well, I am dyslexic, and I just really realized how beneficial music and reading music was to me, you know, going through school. Because if I hadn't had the music training, I definitely wouldn't have gotten through it.
Okay.
The reading is hard, and you know, sometimes like recording and stuff, looking at what you guys use to record, it's not like reading music stuff. It's like what I call the matrix.
So you know how to read classical music?
Yeah, I play instruments. You know what I mean? I was in acapella choirs and show choirs, and I played trumpet. You know what I mean? I played piano. There's just a lot of things that go
some
into.
fucking Prince shit?
I mean, you gotta. I feel like you gotta
shit.
really love music to stick to it as long as I have. You know what I mean? A lot of people like it. They get into it, and then they realize how much work it takes and how much dedication it takes, and then they fall off. You don't see them anymore.
That is so
true. You know what I mean? But I left. I started a record label in Fall River when I was living in Fall River. I left Fall River, went down south, was doing my music, and people don't know that I do photography. I'm a professional photographer and videographer. I was shooting film, and I was editing film, and I was doing all that stuff, and then decided to just put all my energy into my brand, because artists were divas. Didn't matter if they were men or women, and they just didn't want to do the work. So when I started putting myself out, I got me a manager. I went through a few managers, finally got me a manager that worked, and decided to come back up here and just keep pushing. And Brockton, I had never been here before. I had been everywhere else in Massachusetts, like as far as major cities. When did you come here? 2 years ago. Okay. So 2018 is when I first started touring, and I started doing a lot of my touring between Brockton and New Hampshire and Boston, and I just started doing my New England thing. And didn't even know that there was a large Cape Verdean community here, because I'm half Cape Verdean. And I felt like I felt like I was really plugged into something really good here. My first connect in Brockton was Black Sea. And
the brother.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like,
shout out Get Green.
He really helped set my mind straight, because I think I had an unrealistic view of how it was gonna run for me when I got in. You know, I used to be 316 pounds.
Whoa.
I lost 180 pounds so I could do this. You know what I mean? And the marketing, the promotion, and all that stuff. I thought, oh, I'm gonna lose weight and I'm gonna blow up. Yeah. Has not been that easy. You know what I mean? In fact, I feel like it got even harder. You know what I mean? Because for every one of me, there's like 5 other girls that are trying to do it, and they're half my age. So it's like trying to keep up. You look amazing for your age, though. Thank you. I do have, older teenage children, so I'm trying to keep up with the youngins, and rest, lotion. You know what I mean? Moisturize, make sure exfoliate, all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no, it's like there's an unrealistic view of how to make it in the music business. Everybody thinks they get one song and they put it up on YouTube and they're gonna go viral, and it's just not how it works.
Yeah, I feel like you really gotta fall in love with the journey. You gotta fall in love with that, and whatever comes at the end. I mean, that's gonna be because you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta fall in love with the work. Falling asleep in the bathroom in Atlanta at the pizza place, waiting for my bus to come, you know what I mean? Or me missing a flight and having to stay at the airport for 10 extra hours. Hustling your plane tickets, getting your plane tickets for $40, $19, all that stuff, you know what I mean? So travel hustle to get from point A to point B. I was doing mega bus. That shit is murder on your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's been a lot, and the progression in the last 2 years, I feel like it's worth it. I would stop doing this if I didn't think that I was going to get anywhere. And that's, as an artist, you just have to keep that alive. Like I said, I see people come up and I see people dip off. And they're just gone. You don't hear from them anymore. And I push artists. You see my page. I push everybody that has a brand out here. It doesn't matter if I like your music or not. I'm gonna push you
I'm
with
the
your brand.
same way. Bro, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of niggas in the industry I do not like their music. But they're making money off of it, and if a nigga out my city, his music is whack, whatever, but the world likes it.
It's whack to you. I mean,
it's subjective.
I'd rather give my platform the chance to decide themselves.
But like, I can, why they're from my city, I'm gonna put it out there. Because I'd rather nigga from my city be on than a fucking chips ass nigga.
We're just living in a different day and age where there's
a
market for everybody.
Yeah.
And just because it's not your lane and just because you don't like it doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to make it in their lane.
Woo! You literally just segued into my next question, girl.
Go ahead.
Who are your influences? And I kind of want the people that influenced you to kind of like get into music or kind of like help stoke the flame, like, because I know everybody, like me personally, one of the main people that when I first got into rap was Nas. Like one of the first albums I ever listened to in my life was Stillmatic.
Yep.
So and if you know Stillmatic, you know the second song on Stillmatic is Ether. I did not fuck with Jay-Z for years. Purely because I'm like, nigga, I was screaming fuck Jay-Z, like nigga, fuck Jay-Z, that was my shit. And then after I got older, I started to like, I'm like, oh wait, I heard the Black album, I think, from Jay-Z. I'm like, oh, this shit's stupid. Yeah. So that was, and then I'm like, and then that was before I was actually like writing. And that's the kind of shit that made me want to rap. So I kind of want you to tell them, like, kind of like the people that did that for you.
Well, you know what it is a lot of male rap is influenced in females even today. But it's hard because female rappers, weren't a big thing. It was like one major female rapper every year, and you know what I mean? You followed that wave. I'm a big Eve fan. When I first started rapping, people used to say, "Oh, you sound like Eve. You do this." You know what I mean? Soleil. People don't really remember who Soleil is. That's Genuine's baby mama, and she was crazy sick with it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. And then Lauryn Hill. Like, I'm a huge Lauryn Hill fan.
Like, see,
you know what I mean? I went to Berkeley to study music, and I went as a vocal major.
Okay.
So I've been singing since I was 6. It was the rapping that I started doing when I was a teenager because of all the influence. And Nas, my first love, rest in peace, he was a huge Nas fan. And he loved Nas and Jay-Z. So he put me on to them and I was hooked. Like, I'm like, this is the best shit I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. And I didn't start with Stillmatic. I started with Illmatic. You know what I mean? And that record had no features. And he loves to talk about how his very first record is Illmatic. Right, but no celebrities.
That was a put on. That was him putting AZ on.
And I think they have
AZ watched that nigga in that record too. He don't need
AZ was nice.
AZ is still kind of nice.
Nah, he can rap.
He can rap his ass off. He could keep up with Nas. You know, they had I think they had two mixtapes together. So
the Firm.
You know what I mean? Like
Foxy Brown.
Right. And Lil Kim and like those are the Trina. Yup. These are all these
sexual.
people.
That's when it started getting freaky. That's when the girls started to get all freaky.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's when the girls kind of.
I'm not mad at it.
No, I'm not mad at it. I feel like.
I want to know what you would think about that, but
I was gonna say, what do you feel about the sexualized women in that generation? Because I feel like the girls who grew up on that, like, somewhat idolized those women and kind of took their what they said in their music, but did it in real life.
See, I'm a rapper, so I don't see any difference between the shit that women say compared to the shit that men say. I think that men have been misogynistic and for years, and now that women have the nerve to come out and talk about their pussy, everybody has a problem with
I feel like they feel like it's a problem because I feel like they feel like it's a problem because what you said back in the day, it'd be like 1 or 2 major girl rappers. So you had one or two girls. They were saying about their pussy and shit.
But they were spitting.
It's like, Trina talking about her pussy, also Little Kim, but it's like
but
I'm saying, but like.
She's better than all of them.
They all talk about their pussy, but the way they talk about it.
I feel like there was really no difference. I feel like as if it was just them by themselves. So everybody was like, oh yeah, Trina's nice, alright, cool. But then imagine if there was 5 Trinas back then. If there was 5 Little Kims
back then. But if you think about it,
that's what it is now.
So now it's like, there was Foxy Brown.
I mean, there was a lot.
Multiple.
You don't even know who Soleil was. Right. I'm telling you, she was hot.
I'm talking about
if it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, boy, you better call me if you think you're getting horny. I don't give a damn about who you with.
You gotta understand that generation of music.
I'm talking about
they talked about their giant pussy, but they rapped about it in a way where they weren't taught saying, you know, wet ass pussy. You know what I mean?
That's not true either.
No, but they definitely was.
I think people are just shocked that female rappers are making the kind of impact they are, doing the same shit that men have been doing for years. And people just need to get over it.
What about the memes?
We're not talking about this no more.
No,
this shit got demonic.
We're not gonna bash black men.
I'm not even gonna post this shit. I'm about to delete that out.
It's gone.
That shit got crazy. That shit got crazy. You know what's funny? I really feel like alright, as black people, rappers, a lot of rappers created
as a human.
I like that. I like that better.
No,
but what I'm about to get at.
Literally. The word human means black person.
Yeah, it comes
like human. Hue is color.
If what you're gonna say
means color. Man, colored person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. White people are genetically.
Human literally means colored person.
We know this.
Literally,
but that doesn't make them any less human beings.
They're getting into.
You know what's a crazy?
I'm the host. I'm not. This is not my. These are not my thoughts. I am just the conduit.
It's scientific.
Nah, the funny thing is, there is no such thing as black and white people.
Right. We're
you're from where
you're
from where your blood.
But anyway, you fucking high motherfuckers, y'all can get distracted.
Like your culture.
What I was trying to say as black people and rappers, because I said that specifically for a reason.
Right.
Who is our leader?
We don't have none. You know what's crazy? I was thinking like back in the day, we really had like these artists and these like prolific figures that would stand up and risk their lives and their image to really uphold like the black community and what they deem is right. Like we had Muhammad Ali really did sacrifice his sports career for human rights and black rights. You have Michael Jackson.
Takes a puff of weed.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's a
Tupac.
controversy.
I wouldn't say Biggie because Biggie wasn't really Biggie was just more so artist than it was like activist in a sense. And you had like some other people that really stood up. Like I'm trying to think of other names.
I mean,
but we don't.
I feel like
Colin Kaepernick is one.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yep, he's one. But I feel like we used to have a lot. Like you could really look at this person and be like,
Obama.
I think so.
No,
Obama.
Why is it so? All right, for example, I'm about to say some fire shit.
Hell
We're
no.
so hard.
When's the last time you seen Oprah with anything black? Like
Every Sunday.
Oh
She does a
my
show
God, she
every
got
Sunday.
you, dude.
And
No,
what about the show?
I've been watching Oprah since I was a child.
Have you
I've
seen-
watched
I've never seen
Oprah
Oprah at a black
evolve.
protest.
Oprah's not with us.
I've never seen her at a
Oprah
protest.
does, what are you talking about? Oprah's paid for a shit ton of billboards of Breonna Taylor and her story all across that town and that state. What are you talking about? Oprah is an advocate for black and human rights. She was Maya Angelou's best fucking friend.
I'd rather her.
I can't argue with that. I can't agree with that.
I'd
Actually,
rather her pay for.
I can't agree with that. You want to give her credit for putting billboards out about some shit? When the message of Oprah being in the protest will do way more than any billboard she could fucking ever do.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Do you
I've never seen Oprah at a
billboards
protest.
cost?
I don't care.
No, you should.
I
Because
shouldn't.
they're very, very expensive.
Why?
I think
It's about the message.
She
It's
should
about
have
the
put that
message.
towards
Can
It's about the
I
message.
just
Oprah ain't never been at a protest, so why would the white people that follow her go to a protest?
She's not safe at a protest.
Yes, the fuck she is. She can go there with 300,000 security guards. She's rich.
Can I chime in?
She doesn't have to be at everybody
She
does
never
their
won,
part in
ever.
their own way.
I
I've
don't know.
never been to a
If you're
protest.
spending
I'm not
money-
risking my life. I got
Nah.
5 kids. What's wrong
I'm
with
just saying.
you?
I'm just saying. If
You're not a billionaire
But
that
that
has
doesn't matter.
paying security that can
I-
ensure your safety.
No. People,
It does matter.
I'm saying. I think if you're spending money, it should be in the most effective area. And I think it would have been spending towards some
And she did.
fucking
Look at
lawyers or
what we've
something
done.
to
Look
fight
at-
the shit out of that case.
Absolutely.
Know what I
How
mean?
much more do you
Did she
think
do
that
that?
she hasn't done?
Did
I mean,
she do that?
you can Google Oprah and
What
see
more
what
have
she's
she-
done.
But I'm saying like
Using your likeness,
for billboards.
paying for some
It wasn't
shit.
her likeness. It was Breonna Taylor's picture and her information and
Nah.
information about
Okay.
the case.
I'm telling
she
you
featured her in
that
her magazine.
Oprah
That is wrong.
Oprah coming out and saying, "Yo,
That should
fuck
be
this
done.
That's
racist
cool,
shit."
but all that could have been put towards bread.
Wow.
Towards
That
the-
impresses you?
I
Her
think all
buying
that.
billboards?
I think all that could have been put
No,
towards bread
there's a
towards
lot
the
that
lawyers.
impresses me about Oprah.
I
But it
don't-
sounds like a lot of female bashing in here right now,
Nah,
especially
I
against
don't
black
know.
women who are doing more to contribute to society than anybody.
Yeah,
She is a leader.
Then why do people have to search
Why
for
do I have
her?
to search for her leadership?
What are you
Alright,
talking
can I
about?
just say-
She's
Why do you have to search
on
for it?
every, like I said,
Why do you have to search
I
for
watch
it?
her every Sunday. She comes up
Can
on
I
my
just
timeline.
say
There's
something?
literally so many news channels. I have not seen her go on the news channel.
She
That's
owns
safe.
her own.
Racist white people do not watch Oprah. They watch NBC and shit.
And I
So go
understand
over
all
there
that.
and
She-
argue and
but
tackle
she-
it face on.
and
Nah,
she-
That's how you actually do it. By using your likeness and
Says
attacking
you,
the
but
problem.
you're not the one that's making an impact like Oprah is.
I don't
Now,
have the
are you?
ability to.
Exactly.
So how is that my fault? Because if I had the
Exactly.
chance to, I was getting tear gassed. So don't put that on me. I was
Okay,
getting tear gassed
So
on my
the fact that
shit.
you put yourself in bodily harm does not
I
make
just
you any
brought up an
better than
example of
somebody
something that she could do
uses
that's
their
not
money
dangerous.
As opposed
I just brought up something she can do that's not dangerous. She can go on NBC. Nobody's watching. Black people watch Oprah. Racist white Trump supporters not watching
You're
Oprah.
more mad at Oprah right now than you are at 50 Cent.
I'm
And
mad
that
at Jay-Z.
scares me.
I brought up everybody. I'm mad at everybody. You didn't even let me finish my point. Oprah is a part of the problem. Jay-Z paying for billboards does not impress me. Niggas actually attacking the problem. Meeting with the people that are putting these fucking things into place that are fucking us up and using their power in person, not having a fucking network with black fucking shows on it and saying, oh yeah, and paying for billboards. That's not enough for me. He
That's
just brought
not
Muhammad
enough.
Ali, Nelson Mandela, Maya Angelou. She ain't doing that kind of shit. Paying for billboards is not what Muhammad Ali was doing. We didn't have to search for that. It was there because he was leading us. Oprah is not leading us.
She's not leading you, baby.
I don't know no black girl that looks like Oprah.
I feel like Erykah Badu is more of a leader.
I never said I do.
I feel like Erykah Badu is more of a leader than fucking Oprah when it comes to black women.
Well, then you really, really need to educate yourself.
I don't know.
No, we definitely do. My thing is, I'm gonna say this because maybe this is what I meant by saying Oprah is. Like, when you brought, like, I honestly don't know what Oprah does for the black community. Like, I brought up some people that, like, their history, like, Nelson Mandela really, like, I didn't bring him up, but he brought him up, but Nelson Mandela spent years in jail for for something that he stood up for. And it was what we are all fighting for, right? Or I hope that we are all fighting for. But then you have, like, Muhammad Ali, who could have sat here and shut up and been a champion, decided to say, no, this is not okay.
Been a champion and pay for billboards.
And for 3 years, they held back his career. So 3 years out of his prime, he did not fight. You have people like,
Listen to the age bracket that you're in, though. Oprah came out in the 80s. So if you think about it, there hasn't been time to put her in the history books yet. We're only you're naming off people that you've been taught in history.
I was gonna get to J. Cole. I was gonna get to certain people like what
and if you
did.
you
Even
think
what's that
you
female
think
basketball player who opted out the year to go free a dude from jail and then marry him, and then they just got married. But she literally was like it's a star female basketball player, and she literally just stopped playing for the whole year to get this one gentleman out of jail. Now they're happily married. And for me, it's like those type of things, right? Now I don't know necessarily what Oprah's doing, but making a billboard about what happened with Breonna Taylor is not gonna do nothing because it's gonna be like, oh, that's that person.
The same thing is the billboard is just as much as a meme.
But
niggas gonna see that billboard just as much
Kim
as a
Kardashian, right?
I
don't know the exact details, so don't quote me on it. And she was studying law to get her out of jail. And I was like, that is really like, think about it. There's people who probably watch her, like a lot of white people probably watch her, but like, why is she doing that? Like, I don't like that. Why? And they might cancel her. Or like, something happened, and they was like, oh, you did this. We're not shopping at what is that fucking that store at fucking
Stashes?
No.
Oh, they come
not Neiman Marcus, fucking Nordstrom.
Yeah.
They was like, we're not shopping here no more. Take all these things out of the racks and shit like that. And it's like these people said something and they were doing something that really like sacrificed their career, and rather than just like, okay, let's tone it down, like let's play it safe and do it behind the scenes, it was like up front with it. I don't care if my job's gone. What's the dude, the black actor who plays in the Star Wars movie, John Boyega? He fucking really said what he said about Hollywood and how it's how it's racist, not Hollywood, but the movie industry, and how like a person like him, they blackball him and do that. And I was like, this person really said something and was going to grits to sacrifice a career because they understand that. Now I can't say too much about Oprah, but I'm just saying when I hear Oprah, I do not hear anything black related other than she was just the first woman who was like black woman who was a billionaire and also has a network.
Yeah, but you don't. How do you think she got there? How do you think she got $1 billion coming from a poor fucking town in Mississippi?
By literally playing the white game, playing the white game,
playing the white game all the way to the top.
Playing the white game to the top, and I don't tune in, but like my whole.
Then you definitely should. All I'm gonna say to you is we have computers at the tips of our fingers with every phone. So all it takes is one Google search to do some research on Oprah.
I'm gonna do it, and I might retract my statement. But I'm saying like a billboard does nothing.
I want to use this conversation to say.
I still disagree that a billboard does nothing because they've been using billboards to find missing children for years.
That's something that everybody.
So much attention and so much awareness that it kept her in the press. Do you know how many people get lost in the press, that their stories go for 2 weeks and then you never hear about that shit again? We kept Breonna Taylor's name alive in the press so that they would finally fucking do something down at the courthouse because they were trying to push this shit under the rug. What do you mean they did nothing?
It would have been in the press without them billboards.
No, it wouldn't have been. You have no idea. There was a boy that was shot, an 18-year-old boy shot around the corner from my house when I lived in Mobile, Alabama, and that shit barely made national news. That shit happens all the time. They taught us bullshit. You just don't know. That's the bottom line. You're basing all your ideas and your thoughts off a history that is incorrect.
Definitely not.
I
We're
didn't
not,
make
definitely
all
not.
that.
Trust me. Trust me.
that.
I'm a part of that new generation. Like we like you said, we're much more aware than like other situations than back in the day. I've been on everything that's coming up, conspiracy theories, bunch of shit. I was on that shit back when I was in high school, teenager. Like, you know what I mean? I've been knew about who's really in charge and who's doing what and what we were really taught and what is fake and everything like that. Like I learned about that way long time ago, and a lot of us have. It's been like like it was called the woke era. I mean, everybody knows.
Nobody's woke. That's the problem. All you think you're woke, but you really sleeping still.
That's why I said.
And we got these things in our hands, and nobody uses them right. They're on TikTok or they're fucking putting bullshit up content on YouTube.
Trust me, we all know. I'm pretty sure everybody in my age group knows that I'm pretty confident we could say that we all know that we were taught bullshit. That's not. It's not a. I mean, it was never a thing. Like we all know we were taught bullshit. Like we all literally found out once we got to college.
Besides that,
or like once we got to high school.
That's exactly what I found out. I went to college and I'm
high
like,
school.
what the fuck is this shit they've been teaching us?
Or once we got to high school, you find out the shit they taught you in junior high is bullshit. You're like. So from then, we were already skeptical. We were already into the internet age and looking at conspiracy theories
but we're also
and Illuminati.
Human beings, honey. We're also human
Illuminati
beings,
and all
we
that
have a
shit,
tendency to listen to the people that taught us because it gets imprinted on us. And it's really hard to retrain your brain to believing something else because knowing something and believing something are two different things. You know what I mean? And to really understand what's going on, you gotta be in it.
We was the first generation to really be talking about, Illuminati, and really be pointing out shit.
No, Illuminati's been on.
No, Illuminati, be talking about it, but like, now we're like, all right, boom, in the internet, now you can go.
I mean, they DM you. You know what I mean? The Illuminati will DM you if you into music. Have you got your Illuminati DM on Instagram yet? Because I got mine a couple years ago.
They're like meme pages, bro.
What was it?
I got a DM from the Illuminati.
No. I'm talking about.
We can help your career. We can
I'm
help you blow up.
I'm talking about with
your soul and
I'm talking about with like kids.
I got it. I saved it.
Kids,
I'm the receipt queen.
Hell no, I don't got that email and I don't want it.
Not Pete.
I don't want it.
I mean, like, yo, you be on social media and you see all types of conspiracy theories and people talking about like how much, like growing up, how much people coming to you with like, yo, conspiracy theories and it's on the internet and everything. But it's like now in our age we were able to throw it across the country.
You had access to the internet.
So
you
then
could talk
it was
to people in Japan and talk about that shit. Yeah.
So like we really was like it's definitely bullshit. So that's why you'll see mad of us. We'll know about like what's really going. That's why when we skeptical people like Oprah because it's like what are you really actually doing?
But you have the ability. You're listening to something that somebody told you, and because if you haven't done the research yet, then you're just listening to what you've been told. And I get that too.
It's not even what you've been told. It's just like, what's actually happening? Like, Oprah, what are you actually doing? It's like,
but you're not following Oprah. There's so many things that you follow that don't come up. Like Oprah doesn't come up on your timeline on Sundays, but she comes up on mine because I follow her. You know what I mean? I'm looking stuff up. My algorithms are different than yours, and that's what everything is based off of. You're only getting the shit that you're searching for and talking about.
I feel like if it's like she was really doing certain things that was impacting the black community, like
I think this conversation is more so about having a difference of opinion on what is an effective way of change. I think that's what it is.
I'm gonna go do the research. Though.
Yes,
I think there's just so many things.
I just think that there's so many. I agree with you. I'm not saying that. I just feel like there's like some things that I just know. No, shout out to Oprah. I'm sorry. I ain't trying. It's more so. It's not just Oprah. Let's take it off of Oprah and just bring it to like every billionaire, Jay-Z, all these niggas.
Yes.
It's like it's about them and the fact that I feel like the things that would really help are like extremely obvious.
Do any of you have music out that is activism friendly?
Activism friendly?
Yeah, like no justice, no peace. I have a track out. I put it out when this shit started in 2016. I re-released that music this past year when George Floyd got killed. So everybody does what they can in their own way. And I would hate for somebody to say to me that the shit that I did is not as important as the shit that you did by going out there and protesting when I have more than just myself to think about.
You're on.
I don't remember where he was. But you know what? It don't matter because I actually want to talk to you more about like your musical endeavors and stuff. What was I about to ask?
I know y'all barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, really. They're like, who is this chick still? We know she's feisty and she's smart as shit.
Right?
You call that
No,
feisty?
I just,
But
my bad. My bad.
no, ain't no my bad. It's a conversation with a Masshole.
That's what it's for.
To show, like, even the chicks is spicy, they'll go upside your head out here. No, don't
we
ain't shit sweet.
It's all love.
No,
She said, both y'all niggas think I will slap both of y'all niggas. Pop, nigga. Fuck you thought, nigga.
You know what?
Boom.
I gotta tell you.
Oprah set.
No, you know what? I worry. The thing is, I worry because I spent my 20s not paying attention to the shit that I should have been paying attention to. But that's because I didn't have a cell phone in my hand to the capacity of which I have one in my hand now. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't have access to information the way that y'all did. Remember, when I was in elementary school, Oregon Trail was popping.
We were studying in chalkboard.
Right. What is that? He said, what's Oregon Trail?
What's a chalkboard?
Right.
No, I know the chalkboard.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
Y'all expecting this now.
like at the end of the day,
But when y'all using chalkboards in elementary
No.
school?
Yeah.
What is Oregon Trail?
it's a computer game that you used to
On a
I
floppy
used to
disk.
play
on a floppy disk.
I used to play a
disk.
floppy disk game. It was
I don't know about backyard
it
baseball.
was like shit. I don't know. I used to freaking
Yeah, we're old.
Okay.
How old are you guys?
You welcome.
Look, I'm from the generation where the street lights came on and you went home.
Uh-huh.
There were no cell phones.
You guys went
there
home?
were pay phones.
That
like,
wasn't
you
gay.
didn't-
I wasn't outside.
See,
That's
we
what
had
I
wasn't outside.
See, we had the same thing too for like a little bit.
Right.
Yeah,
No cap, for like
I
a
got
little
my
bit.
first cell
I got
phone
my-
when I was 19.
See, I got my first cell phone when I was
I got
13.
my first night.
Right.
12 to 13.
I was given
But
a
like for a little
beeper.
bit, there was no cell
I had
phones, no nothing.
I
you know
was
what I mean?
given
I
a
had a
beeper.
sidekick.
Okay,
My
I
first
was given a
cell phone
beeper
was
for
Stop
protection.
playing us, alright? I had to text 3 buttons. I had to push the button 3 times to type the letter. That's where I was at. That's when I came in.
Well, that was cool. That's why I got the sidekick. You
Hey.
feel me?
And you couldn't make phone calls before 9 p.m. or check calls.
Look.
After 9 p.m. was free.
Alright, Granny.
Right. That's true.
That's not
true.
what we're here
That's true.
for.
So basically, what I got coming up
Knees
is I'm
popping and
trying to shoot my first official music video. I'm trying to get you to get in on that. So make sure you make yourself available. I know you're doing the acting thing heavy, and I need that. Actors.
You be acting, bro?
Oh
Recently.
yeah.
I'm not good.
So I'm gonna be working on a music video.
Psych, I lied. My acting's amazing. I'm a fucking beast, nigga.
You're the best one in the movie.
Am I the best one in the movie?
There's a movie?
I gotta say yes.
Yeah, there's a movie. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Everybody
We're
else
talking
is
about
upset,
me right
you know.
I
now.
know the movies you guys are making are the ones I'm making, though.
I don't want to know more about that.
You're about your OnlyFans right now, okay?
Only man's.
Niggas only man.
Wow.
No, but I'm gonna be doing my first official music video. I've saved up money for a while to fucking be able to afford a good video. So we're trying to put out a new video, and got new music coming out next year. But you know what I mean. I spent the last year and a half or so writing. I still got a few more things I need to write.
What's the concept
you know.
for what you got going on? Is it?
I mean, it's just gonna be some raw shit that I've been dealing with for the last year and a half. You know what I mean? And it's good because I don't force anything. I mean, I do jobs for people. Oh, I need a hook for this, or you know, can you write me something for that? And that's cool, but that's work. When I make a project, there's a reason why there's 2 or 3 years between my projects, because I really take the time to like a beat, listen to a beat, you know what I mean, really feel the music, and then really write some lyrics. Yeah, all of that. It's all important. It's all relative. And if, you know, stress is crazy. We're going through a crazy time. And as an artist, like I keep telling people, if you don't have the hardest shit of your life next year, I don't want to hear it. Like, what were you doing this whole year? Because I know I've been just marinating in this shit.
I definitely agree with that, because we've definitely been cooking up a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are using their unemployment money to do some dumb shit. Me included.
Yo,
The only dumb shit I do in my
Are you calling me out, bro?
My nigga said I already pre-ordered the PS5, nigga. Nah, the only thing I did that was stupid was probably just buy weed. That's the only thing.
Is that
No,
really
it's about
stupid,
having the time to have a creative process and really have the time to focus on it. You know what I mean? With work and all the other stuff that you gotta do, it's hard as an artist to really create art in this day and age. We're so busy. Like I spend, you know, some time on the book, and I spend some time on TikTok, and then before I know it, my day is over, and I haven't even rehearsed. You know what I mean? So like, sometimes it's like we're so busy, and we're so caught up in our day-to-days that like, for me, COVID made me slow down and really hone in on my abilities, because I'm not trying to put out any half-ass music. You know what I mean? I don't want to be known as, you know, the chick that changes her clothes 3 times at a show, or you know what I mean? Like that's gimmicky stuff. That's stuff I did when I was living down south and had to come up here for 6 weeks for a show, and I had to, you know, make an imprint on people. That's marketing and advertising. We teach that at ASA, so hit me up. On top of that, you got a brand, and 9 times out of 10, you are the brand. So you've got to focus, and you've got to make sure that your product is quality, because, you know what I mean, there's a lot of aspects that people focus on, and some people, you know, they focus completely on the image, some people focus on the writing, some people focus on the engineering, but you know what I mean, if you're a well-rounded artist, you got to focus on everything. And if you're independent and you don't have a label helping you, you really got to know your shit. So research. I tell all the artists that come to me for advice, research your shit. If you need help, reach out. There are artists out there that will help you.
What do you think about, like, do you think that there's gatekeepers out here that are kind of trying to, like, this is something that I kind of noticed. I don't know if it's real, but it seems like there's like a little like Massachusetts Illuminati, or like a New England Illuminati when it comes to the music. Like they have like they like have like the people they chose. We're fucking with them.
They've got popularity contests is what they've got. And the thing with that is that is not inclusive. You have now, you know, blocked out certain areas, which is why, you know, I feel like Joyner keeps an arm's length distance from us. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I feel like there's a reason why he can't trust niggas in this state. And I'm not mad at him for that, because I've been snaked plenty of times.
So tell us some.
No, I will not. Because
not someone.
The reason why, reason why is because karma is a bitch. And the one thing that I've learned is that I'm making it in this business because I keep it cool and classy all the time. I'm not about to throw anybody under the bus. That's not my place. No. Okay, I'm in this business to make music. I'm not in it for the hype. I'm not in it for the lifestyle. I'm not in it for none of that. I'm in it because I love to do it. And I want to do it with people, but I don't want the extra shit. All that extra shit does is kill your career and kill it fast.
There was one more thing I wanted to ask you too. Fuck, what was it?
My bad. You got me hella high, so you know we could just be going on and on and on and on.
You see, that's what we do. We get paid. Shout out to Matt. That's one thing.
Right. Shout out to Massachusetts.
Right. That's one thing y'all did right, motherfucker. That's one thing y'all niggas did right, baby.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Our dead dogs, nigga. Shout out to Special.
One last thing before you go, because we always argue about this on Facebook. We have to talk about it now. This nigga Tori, you seen him go live? You still didn't see it, right?
No, I didn't see it. But here,
basically
my
what
only
he
thought.
said.
No. Here it is.
Okay.
My only thought is.
He said, "Oh, fuck that."
He got fucked up. They got into an argument. She walked away. He shot at her, and that was that. He shot at her. I don't know if the bullet hit her directly or if it hit the... Wait. I think the bullet hit the ground and it got into her foot. Either way, he shot at her because we all know that criminals get off every day, okay? We all know that guilty people get off and they get over one on the low when they get a good lawyer. That's always possible, all right? But not very often does the state have enough evidence to actually go after somebody with this much money. Okay? At the end of the day, I feel like he shot at her, period, point blank. I don't care what happened before. I don't care what happened after. I don't care who anybody thinks is lying. He acted like a child. He got mad and he shot at a woman. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. He had security. He had bodyguards. And then he went on record as to saying, that they're still, oh, that's still my friend. Why is if somebody's lying about you, why are you going on record to saying that it's still your friend? Yeah. You're a dumbass and you're stupid and you're making yourself look stupid out here in the press, and you should have never fucking dropped no record. You should have been apologetic, and you should have just apologized from the beginning instead of making yourself look like an asshole. Because now you look guilty. You could have gotten away with this shit. And he played it wrong.
I think there's not enough information for us to make bases on any part.
Correct.
When's the last time someone got shot and almost and passed out on camera and they made a whole album about it? And when was the last time that people made when
was the last time you got shot in the foot and were able to walk?
Not even just that, just made public displays, made this a whole spectacle. Shit like this should not be a spectacle.
Right.
No shit. But look at the day and age that we're in. They had camera footage from that night. It was a spectacle from that night.
The thing, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be completely honest, we will never know what truly happened in that car.
I don't think that's the point. It doesn't matter about what happened in the car. What happened? No, it doesn't.
100%.
He shot. Listen, he was not supposed to have a gun. He wasn't supposed to have a gun on him. He wasn't supposed to. Okay? But he did. He had a gun. They charged him with possession of the weapon because he admitted that he had the gun. He got mad at her. He shot at her. Anything that happened before that or after that doesn't matter.
How do we know that? That's the only thing I'm saying.
Why is it that she went on record as saying he shot at her? Right, how is she supposed to know? How is she supposed to know what bullets or what shrapnel or what pieces of the concrete went into her foot? She had medical attention. There's medical documentation. It's none of your business.
Exactly.
It goes to the courts, which is why it's gotten to the court the way it has. It's why it took them so long to gather enough evidence against him to even bring it up in court. And it doesn't matter what happens after.
Charges right after they finally repressed charges.
Right, because he was never supposed to have a gun.
They got dropped off.
Right, because he's a rich man. He has a lot of fucking money and he can hire expensive. Right, but she's not going after him. The state is. This is where you all get it messed up.
She is going after him.
She is not. She was not. That's disgusting. Fuck his character. He shouldn't have shot at a woman.
She should have never said
anything.
Fuck
his character. He should have never shot at a woman.
Think about it.
Fuck his character.
My question
fuck
is,
fuck any nigga that fucking goes and is violent against a woman.
I hold a neutral basis.
I believe her. We don't believe black women. What the hell is wrong with people? We don't believe black women.
For months, nobody knew what was going on. We heard many
It was none of your business.
Up.
She didn't say anything. She had legal people telling her, do not put this in the press. She came out because he was lying. He was having people come out saying shit.
Two sides of the story. Tori's still quiet.
What version of this are you watching? Because I'm watching the actual version. What you're saying is not true at all.
Did you even
at all? Yes, I did.
I literally said,
yes, I did.
All we knew is what we heard. She got shot the day of, and then mad stories circulated that day, right? I still never paid no attention.
The only people that are talking are people who are outside of the car.
For months, Tori's silent. Meg wasn't saying anything, but people kept saying, Tori shot her, Tori shot her. Then Meg came out and said,
Tori shot her. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened was Tori's people put out a bullshit story.
How do you know that?
Because it was in the press. What do you mean? How do I know that? I believe more than one news outlet reported the same shit. So yeah, I'm thinking if 5 or 6 fucking stories are coming out as saying the same thing, it's probably true. And I know the people who are talking are people who have something financially to gain, not the people that were actually there who were gagged from the beginning, and not Tori or Megan. The reason why Megan didn't say anything for a while is because nothing was being said. She was advised not to say anything. We will handle this the right way. You have too much money to be out here doing stupid shit. Okay, so let us handle this. And then Tori, listen, neither did Tori. What are you talking about? No, what are you talking about? See, this is where it's all fucked up.
Was her life. And she
oh my God. You didn't just say that. You didn't just say that.
No, he's saying that Meg had nothing to lose by telling the truth. That's what he's saying.
She did tell the truth. You just don't believe her.
No, he shot at her. I say I'm neutral. That's all I've been saying.
Yeah, all of you say that.
All I've said was
because
facts.
Nobody wants to.
All I've said was facts. All I've said is that she was shot. For months, Tory Lane said nothing.
Yeah, because what could he say?
What
could he say?
Can I just finish my point before you interject? Because I feel like you're confusing yourself.
I'm not confusing myself.
All I'm saying is literally detailed things that happened. I'm not saying opinions. She was shot. Day of shot, we've heard so many different rumors, right? I still was like, okay, I hope she's okay. We seen the video. She was shot, so we know that is fact. She passed out on video. You see blood leaking. That is fact, right? I would say like a month, 2 months, she finally came out and said Tory Lanez shot me.
Why did she do that?
Hold on.
Why did she do that?
All I'm doing is saying the piece.
No, I'm asking you, why did she do that? There's a reason why she did that. Why did she do that?
I just wanted to finish my whole point. Alright?
Okay.
I'm stressing the fact that it's neutral. Right?
But it's not neutral.
I'm just saying that I'm saying I'm neutral until I stop seeing this clownery and I see like something tangible.
Why would she lie? Why would she lie?
Why would anybody lie?
Why would she lie?
Why
would she lie about that?
So,
that's crazy to me that you
Meg
would
comes
think
out
that.
and says that, and I'm not saying she's lying. I'm saying I'm neutral. Stop saying that I'm saying she's lying. And then all of a sudden she says what she says. Tory Lanez still silent, right? She said on video, Tory Lanez is, I'm gonna come out now because people are trying to say this about me. Tory Lanez people and his team are sending out these articles and blah, 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 trying to paint me as this person. And that's what she said that. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm still going, I'm still neutral. And then all of a sudden Tory makes the tweet where he's like, I owe it to my fans, I'm gonna go live. I'm like, okay, he's gonna tell us it. He drops a fucking album. I'm pissed off because all you did is just confuse me more. And two, she literally was hurt. Like, regardless of you not being the shooter or not, why did you put out something you get money off of for her being hurt? You see what I'm saying? That is fact. She was hurt. She could have died from the injury. That is fact. So you putting out thing to me is you're insensitive. Wholly insensitive, right?
Or guilty.
I doubt somebody. I don't think somebody's guilty. In my opinion, I don't think somebody's guilty.
And then
he's just
we move forward. In my head, I was still confused that she was shot. Hey, I'm like, bro, someone got shot. Why the fuck can't
Why can't they just go to court and we get the truth?
Why did you play the game?
If you didn't shoot somebody, why would you come out with something so hateful and so angry towards somebody and then come out later and say, oh, but we're still cool. We're still
you talking about?
No, if you listen to, I played
like,
the project just to hear what he said, to get details on the thing one time, and that was it.
Right?
No, she's talking about Tory. But you gotta think about it. Throughout the project, Tory was still holding his like I still care for you mentality or something. I really, like I said, I don't know what's going on. If someone was gonna come on and say this, I'm pissed off you're saying this about me. But I get it. Some people are different. Maybe Tory really wasn't innocent and people were drunk. I honestly believe we will never know the truth. Yeah. Whatever conviction it is or not,
we
or
don't
situation.
need to know the details. That's what I think.
But
that's
my
point. That's my point of what's going on.
I don't think nobody should care about it.
But they're in the press. It is gonna. That's how these people make their. This is how artists make their money.
People take these micro situations and give them macro scope. It's literally an isolated. I think it was honestly a dumbass, drunk ass night and dumbass shit. And now people are turning this into you like.
He shot at a woman. That's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal. He shot at a woman. That's the only fact that matters is that he shot at somebody.
To me, it's only a big deal because they're celebrities.
It's not a fact.
No, that's not. It just.
Can we talk about the dude in Brooklyn who shot his girlfriend in the head?
Yes, because that was all.
That's more relevant to me than what the fuck's going on with them.
I understand that.
Is it a man versus woman thing or is it
no?
Just
it's a person. It's a person against person. Like in this whole conversation, have I come off as banned for anybody who isn't
No,
white?
I'm only saying that because the general public is really forcing this idea that Tory Lanez isn't supportive of black women because he shot.
No, I have
boys
and girls.
Women.
So when I raise my kids, I literally have to put myself in both positions. I can't just be, on women's side. I can't because I have boys. I have boys.
But are you listening to everything that Tory Lanez is saying? If you're following this situation, you don't have to agree or believe it. But are you listening?
No, I am not giving him any life or oxygen because the problem for me is the very first from the very. I don't need to. What does she have to gain from lying about this man shooting at her? She said, if you listen to her because you don't believe her, but if you listen to that first Instagram that she went and she said, I didn't come out initially because I don't go around just throwing black people under the bus. I kept to myself. I have people advising me. I'm not just out here trying to get people in trouble. I tried to keep this shit to myself, but now you got people out here talking shit about me, and I don't have to defend myself.
I never see nobody talking shit about her. I never, unless there was
for being a victim.
I didn't see nobody
say shit.
It was Tori's camp that put the information out that
the thing
he
is
was doing.
how do we know that?
It was being put out
It's
in the
just-
press.
all it is
That's
is just
how we
word.
know. You
How?
see, you can't just omit
I
the
literally
things.
never seen
You're
anything
just
slanderous about
omitting the
Meg Thee
things you don't
Stallion.
want to be true.
I'm not
You're a
anything.
fan of
I'm
him
literally
or whatever
telling you,
it
I've
is,
never
and
seen-
that really skews people's vision when it comes. That's why there's R. Kelly fans out there that are trying to get him released from prison or out there picketing
What
his
was the
shit.
slander?
Because at the end of
said,
the
I've
day,
never
people
seen
just
anything
don't want to
slanderous against
disassociate.
Meg.
Yeah, I never seen no
That's not the
slander.
point. The point
The
is
only thing I heard
the
was
time
that
of day
she's
that
jealous
everybody's
of Kylie
giving.
Jenner. That's all I've seen.
But that's and
If
that
that's
was
the slanderous
irrelevant.
thing,
That
it's
shit was
irrelevant.
irrelevant.
So that's
What
all.
the
so
only relevant point is that he got angry at a woman and he shot at her. It doesn't matter who the woman was.
That Tory
If
Lanez had
he's-
put Tory Lanez can't put out that was slanderous towards
What are
her.
you
Tell me.
talking about? What happened before? What happened
No,
after? Doesn't
I'm
matter.
literally asking you, what did you see that? Because you said that it was Tory's team was putting out these things on the news publication. What news publication have you seen where it was something slanderous against Meg
The
Thee Stallion?
same ones that she was putting out. She
Which
went
one?
on
I
those.
have yet to see.
The fucking camera died because
She was getting spicy.
it got too spicy. We melted it. But we have to do a fucking outro for the lovely V. Marie. Thank you so much for coming. Definitely tell them where they could find you musically and
VeanaMarie.com. Real quick, real easy. VeanaMarie.com. I'm there. Everything's there. Hit me up.
Ooh. See, she's professional. We need a website.
Shout
out for Conversation with a Masshole. V. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. They probably think that we hate each other. We actually love each other.
No, we don't.
We're Massholes.
Right.
Oh my god damn, they about to bang. She's like, I'm about to call my brother and have him beat your ass.
No gentlemen, no names, no nothing. You guys good?
Oh shit.
Y'all didn't outro yourself.
You already know who the fuck I am, nigga. It's 5 late 20s, bitch. Peace out, motherfucks. Boom.
Yeah.